Welcome back. Now we're delighted to be joined once again over the telephone by our guest for the afternoon, Mr. Zakaria Othman, our journalist. It's a very good afternoon to you, sir.
Good afternoon.
Thank you very much for joining us, Mr. Zakaria. And let's start by talking a bit about Egyptian-Spanish diplomatic ties and how these relations have evolved over the last decade or so, sir.
Yes, actually, let me say that President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi heads today to the Spanish capital of Madrid, an unofficial visit to Spain. Because he wants to maintain the bilateral relationships with this great European country. Everybody knows that there is a deep historical relationships between both countries, and one of the main goals that Mr. President wants to achieve during this current visit to Spain is to promote the level of the relationships between both countries to a strategic partnership. In addition to that, there are many issues of common importance between both countries. For most among them, the Palestinian issue, I think that a very important issue would be scheduled on the president's agenda in this visit.
Indeed. Mr. Zakaria, now tell us a bit about some of the key areas of cooperation between Egypt and Spain at both the political and the economic levels.
As you know, the Egyptian state has successfully carried out many economic reforms and is still doing more. So what the Egyptian state is doing right now is to attract foreign investments, and I think everybody knows about it. So one of the main goals of the president's visit is to focus on maintaining and enhancing the economical trade and investmental relationships between Egypt and Spain. What I want to say is the Egyptian leadership is focusing on raising and changing the cooperation between Egypt and another country, and not to make him just confined it to just an economical cooperation, but to raise it or to promote it into a strategic partnership, as I have said. And I think let me say that there are many common points between Egypt and Spain. For example, both countries have tourism, and they can focus on this field. In addition to that, both countries are industrial countries, and they can sign many memorandum of cooperation in this field, just allow themselves to exchange experiences and to allow the Egyptian state to relocate industry in Egypt, because Spain can help in this field, because everybody knows that Spain is the economy number 5 in Europe, or in the European Union. So the Egyptian president can do many things and can accomplish many achievements during his visit to Spain.
Right. Finally, Mr. Zakaria, what sectors do you think show the most promise for further economic cooperation between Egypt and Spain, as well as the services sector, for example, tourism? How do you see ties developing in this arena, sir?
Let me focus more on this point, or this common divisor or denominator between Egypt and Spain. Everybody knows that Egypt has like a third of the world's ancient civilization and monuments if not even antiquities. So, in return, Spain as well has many such things. So, what I'm getting sure of is the Egyptian president will focus completely on how to attract as many Spanish delegations as possible to come to Egypt.
Yes.
And this is, and of course, this goal is scheduled within the president's agenda, even if it is not officially announced, because the Egyptian president used always to focus what on always on what goes on the Egyptian interest, and this is what the Egyptian president uses always to do. So what I want to say is. The Spanish, there is a big number of Spanish tourists that used to make their way to many destinations over the world. So the president want to attract them to Egypt, and of course they come. But we want to raise this number and to have more and more of the Spanish tourists who are supposed to change their mind from going anywhere else to come to Egypt this year and in the coming months.
Right. On that note, I'd like to thank you very, very much, Mr. Zakaria Othman, our guest, the journalist. Thank you very much for your time this afternoon and for joining us on today's edition of Cairo Local Time. And we move to more news. President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi and his Cypriot counterpart, Nikos Christodoulides, on Monday witnessed a signing ceremony of 2 agreements in the energy sector. We have the details. President